let's go to the boobs. I'm just gonna cut it off because honestly, you guys have the hottest girls, and I'm not just talking about like my favorite kind of girl, like the total hot goth girl, Isabel Stevens kind of thing, but that doesn't hurt. So they flock around you. Why? You're offering them cheese sandwiches.
There were some handsome fellas.
I can tell. Lloyd, I want to hear why. How? What do you do?
Well, again, I'm a gay married man, so I'm not really into girls. We don't even say the word girl in Tromaville.
Not even go girl?
Gyno-American, Gyno-Canadian. That's the politically correct term. But what's very interesting, and I use butt meaning Brett's butt.
That's fantastic.
But very soon there's going to be a musical here in Being a Gay Married Man. I've tried to many a Barbra Streisand musical, and the Toxic Avenger musical is opening here Halloween. And the good news is I had nothing to do with it, so it's going to be good. And there'll be lots of beautiful gynos, and who are coming to see it, of course. Not it's a very small cast, and they will be beautiful also. So I think that sums it all up. That's why.
But in your extras. On the
we don't
DVDs.
say extras, we say actor persons. We believe everyone should be equal.
No. The extra stuff that you put on the DVD, which is like 90% of the DVD itself, where you've got the Tromettes and Debbie Rochon and people like that. What do you do?
Isabel Stefan too. Isabel Stefan.
What do you do to get them?
I think the important thing is Troma has been a gateway to freebasing. No, Troma has been a gateway to stardom. Many famous people, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, Kevin Costner, Vincent D'Onofrio, and Troma is a good way to start your career. So we get very many talented, you will see some of them in the back of the room, super Tromettes, and they may well be the stars of tomorrow. So I think that may be, it has nothing to do with me. It has something to do with the fact that Troma makes movies that endure and that stay classic and that launch the careers of many a fine actor or actor person.
I was saying that, Bill, going to you. Are you launching anyone's careers?
Unlike some people, I pay my actresses, and I do not tell them that this is a stepping stone, a doorway to fame. I actually pay them in cash. Next!
This is horrible. Don't listen. This is very bad. He is obviously a communist. Probably Jewish. That's awful. He probably killed Teddy Kennedy.
Well, but something that I've seen in a lot of your films, Bill, for whatever reason, is that there seems to be interspersed footage in a hotel room somewhere of just girls either in the shower or lying on the bed and panties, and that's it. And is it from your but you're not there, but they're there.
Oh, I'm behind the camera.
How are you getting in? Are you actually paying them cash just to go up to the hotel room and strip for you? Isn't that called something else?
It's a testament to my skill. A girl will not just take her clothes off for money, because I make girls do very strange things. And they have to like the script. There are people who don't like the script and they are not hired. But those who like the script. By the way, I know this is not a very metal crowd.
Are you kidding? Come on.
I have metalheads here, and the beauty of this movie is that if you hate metal, you will still hate metal. And if you love metal, you'll feel exalted. And I will give this out in a metal way, may I?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm just going to throw it out, and I might hurt some of you.
Oh! Ouch! Oh! Hey.
Metal!
All lawsuits, please. And please, tell us what metal is about. Is it about metal? Heads? By chance?
You just put him on the spot.
Sorry.
You know, this is not what we agreed. There were these questions that were to be asked.
Come on, what's it about?
I guess you could just say that it's about the metal lifestyle. It's not Motley Crue, because they're gay.
It's the makeup that gave it away?
True metalheads are like me. They're slackers. They are not very bright. And they say what they want. And they drink all the time.
Hey, this is one of one. You've got a movie out called The Worst Horror Movie Ever Made. Or is it just the worst movie ever made?
The worst horror movie.
The worst horror movie. Is it the worst?
Have you seen it?
I have.
All right.
But I'm Last Chance Lens, I see a lot of shit, right? So
The worst horror movie ever made was actually presented by Lance to the armed forces of the United States.
Of Canada.
Canada.
Thank you.
Do you really have an army?
Thank you. Yeah. We do. We do actually. Yes, thanks.
All right. While I gather my wits, can you tell people how the armed forces reacted to the worst horror?
Well, we decided to have a little showing for a bunch of soldiers because I'm a captain in the reserve, so I wanted to put together a little something for the troops who were going over, who were leaving from Toronto to go to CFB Trenton to go over, and I figured I'd put together an homage of what I thought was some of the best/worst things, and that title came up, and I had to show it to them just to try to get them to show them what they were fighting for. Basically, to go over there to say that in this country and in the States, we have the freedom to make a movie like that, to say the things that you said in that movie, whereas going to, honestly, I'm not trying to be patriotic here, but to go to a country where, people get shot for flying a kite, for gathering and whistling and laughing on the street, but that in this country, you can do something like that. And then, people would say, that's wrong, this guy shouldn't be allowed to do it, but when you start saying that they shouldn't be allowed to do it, where do you stop?
Yeah.
Right, so.
Well, good on you for doing that.
Thank you very much. I'll be here all week for And there's a lot of people, unfortunately, who don't get a chance to see Troma films, who don't get a chance to see the stuff that Brett Kelly's done. And I think one great aspect about Morgue magazine is that that separates us from other mags is that we have consistently tried not to just whatever the movie of the month is. Like you very rarely, if you've noticed, seen whatever the movie of the month is on the cover.
What, you mean like in Fangoria magazine?
Oh, did they do that? I never noticed that. But so we'll definitely pick movies that not only that we champion, that we say like this is a movie. For instance, Donnie Darko first came out, we were all over it. However, it was a box office failure, and it's proven to be a great cult movie. We got on board with Lloyd, years and years ago, and it's been a great run. I mean, it really has been a great run. Lloyd's been up here so many times. And the fact that Bill was allowed to cross the border.
I have been stopped 3 times.
I mean, I know he goes to Montreal a lot. We were talking this is the first time in Toronto, but can you imagine being a border guard and seeing, just going through his stuff? Like, it would just be like, click.
Actually, a border agent said to me, well, being a border agent, you discover things every day. And I asked him what he discovered, and he said, well, I did not know that Jesus Christ was a serial rapist. But anyway, the racial slur I shouted before is just, in my movies there's irony. When people insult, they're also insulting themselves if they're like that.
The stereotypes that never die.
Stereotypes that don't just disappear into thin air.
There we go.
So I just keep making the statement that when you call someone a racist, it's the same as calling him a nerd or speck or any other word like that, because you dehumanize the person when you say that. And so in the worst horror movie ever made that you showed to your troops, soldiers who are Christian are making fun of the strange beliefs of the Muslims, but right after that they say, well, let's go have some Holy Communion. It looks like bread, but we know it's Jesus. So we're all really more alike than we are dissimilar. And so people who are publicly offended are really the racists, and the people who say, nigger! Really loud. I hope people outside heard that. And I was going to sing highly when I did that. That's because we know who we are, and you can't tell us who we are with your public outrage. People who are publicly outraged are probably hiding things. It's better to be out in the open and have a laugh.
Well said. Well said. Thank you. Cheers.
No clapping.
So now,
Wise.
with